Hey mama, welcome to your prenatal yoga video focusing on round ligament pain. My name is Kayla Anderson and I will be guiding you through. And if you have stumbled across this video, trust that you have found your solution. Okay, we're gonna really provide some relief today. But first I wanna start by saying congratulations and also explaining what round ligament pain is and what causes it. So round ligament pain is a result of the stretching of the ligaments due to your growing uterus and the extra weight that is being put on those ligaments. And unfortunately, if you haven't developed strong lower abdominal muscles up until this point, then you might be experiencing more pain at this time in your pregnancy. So today we'll be doing some stretching and some strengthenings to counteract that experience. But I also want you to know that this is normal. A lot of women experience this. You are not alone. And hopefully this video gives you some relief. So as we begin, we're going to start in a comfortable seat, and that might look different for everybody. Maybe it's crisscross applesauce. Maybe it's with the feet together in bound angle or butterfly. Maybe the legs are out nice and wide, or maybe you come up against a wall and have your legs out in front of you. Whatever your comfortable seat is, make your way there now. And I invite you to close your eyes. Actually, before we do that, pause, I'm sorry. A few things you might need for this practice include water, props, maybe a pillow, blankets, books instead of blocks, whatever you have nearby, draw it in. And then you'll find yourself in your comfortable seat, closing your eyes and then connecting to your breath. So with each inhale and each exhale, we're letting go of any worries, anything that might have followed us here onto the mat today. For the next 20-ish minutes, we're free. So on the exhales, I invite you to release any worries, release any fears, concerns, doubts that have been taking up mental space, and give yourself a moment of peace. So on your inhales, you're breathing into your baby's home. And on your exhales, you're drawing your baby in, hugging them towards the spine. Breathing nice and slow, inhaling, inflating your baby's home with breath. And on your exhale, you're hugging baby in, drawing baby towards your spine. A couple more rounds of just mindful, aware breathing. Now I'm going to pull an affirmation from the Viktorious Mama Journal, which is a journal for postpartum moms as they return and relearn to themselves post-baby. But this affirmation pertains to you today too. And it reads, I am prioritizing my body and checking in to see what it needs. And like I said, if you found yourself here today, you are already doing that. So we're affirming and allowing that to be true the rest of your pregnancy. You are prioritizing your body and its needs. So now that we've centered ourselves, we come more into the present moment. We're going to begin with some movement. We'll make our way to tabletop, which is hands and knees. And if you have a blanket, you might put that under your knees for support. If you don't have a blanket, you could roll your mat up and give you extra cushion there. And here in tabletop, we're going to extend our right leg out to the side. I'll actually turn this way so you can see me better. So our right leg comes out to the side and the sole of the foot is all the way down on the mat or the ground. And we'll do some cat and cow here. So on your inhale, you drop baby down into a hammock, draw shoulder blades together, look up. And on your exhale, you hug baby in, round, tuck chin, tuck tailbone. We're in cat. Inhaling back to cow. Exhaling to cat. Moving with your breath, we inhale, drop baby down into that hammock again. And on our exhale, we hug baby in and up. We inhale back to a neutral spine, pausing here to notice how cat and cow with the leg out felt for you. And on your next inhale, you slowly rise up, maybe using blocks or bringing one hand to the hip and then coming up all the way. Perfect. Inhaling the arms around and up. We exhale, drop the right hand to the right leg and lean that way. Beautiful. So make sure your heart is staying open towards the sky versus down towards the ground. And breathe into the left side of the body. Maybe press the hips forward some, deepening that stretch into the hip and into the thigh. We breathe. On your next inhale, both arms come up. And we exhale the left hand down to the mat, the ground, or a block or book. The right arm reaches straight up to the sky, and you're rainbowing your hip up towards the sky too. So you feel this nice stretch here. Again, breathing still into your baby's home on the inhale, hugging baby in on the exhale. We'll inhale here once more. And on our exhale, we'll drop the arm by our ear, feeling this nice deep stretch along the right side of the body. Imagine being pulled in opposite directions from the foot and the hands. Keep breathing. Listening to your body. And on our next inhale, we slowly rise up. Maybe the hand comes to the hip. Both arms will return above the head, and we'll bring the hands to prayer at heart center. Again, cushion under the knee might feel good as we're staying on the knee just a little bit longer. Return the right knee down to the mat. So we're gonna do a modified camel. Your toes are tucked here, and you're gonna bring your hands to your lower back, almost as if you're putting them in back pockets. And so you inhale here, looking up to the sky, drawing shoulder blades down and back. And on your exhale, shift the hips forward, release the head back. You feel this nice counteractive stretch here on the front side of the body. We're so used to carrying everything this way, so it can feel really good to kind of do the opposite. Breathe here. We're opening our heart, opening our throats. One more breath. Beautiful. And then we'll inhale, lift the head back up. And exhale, return slowly to tabletop. I invite you to take a child's pose. So we spread the knees nice and wide, big toes touch, inhale. And on an exhale, you press the hips back towards the heels, really reach through those arms and those hands. Maybe there's a block underneath the head, or maybe the hips don't even go that far down, depending on how far along you are. But wherever you are, you're breathing, maybe returning to that affirmation that I gave you. How well are you prioritizing yourself today on your mat? How can you do better? And how can you congratulate yourself? You showed up. That's more than enough. So we're gonna do that same flow on the opposite side. On your next inhale, lift back up to tabletop. And then we'll extend the left leg out to the side. The sole of the foot touches the mat. Preparing for some cat and cow. On our inhale, we drop baby into the hammock, draw shoulder blades together, look up. And on our exhale, we round, hugging baby up towards the spine, rounding, tucking the chin and the tailbone. Inhale, drop baby back down. We're arching our spine just slightly. And then we exhale, round. Let's do 2 more of those. Inhaling, coming into a cow, and exhaling, coming into a cat. Again, listening to your body. One more time, we inhale to cow, and exhale to cat. You're doing great. Inhale back to that neutral spine. Again, checking in, noticing how you're feeling at this point. Again, how this leg out changes how the cat and cow felt. And then we'll inhale, lift up nice and slow, maybe bringing the hands to the hips first. We all meet here. Again, inhaling the arms around and up. Exhale, bring the left hand to the left leg and lean that way. So we're in gate pose. Again, we're breathing into the right side of the body, reaching through the fingertips, keeping our heart open towards the sky versus down towards the mat. Breathe into your baby's home. Exhale, draw baby in. On your next inhale, both arms come up. We exhale, drop the right hand down to a book, a block, the mat, and the left arm reaches straight up to the sky. You're rainbowing that left hip up. You feel this nice deep stretch on the left side of the body. Keep breathing into it. We'll inhale. And on the exhale, drop the left arm by the left ear. Imagine being pulled in opposite directions. Keep breathing, listening to your body. Beautiful. And on our next inhale, we slowly rise back up, engaging your baby, or your core. So draw baby in and up as you rise. Hands return to the hips, and the left knee returns to the mat. Again, our toes are tucked, our hands come to the lower back. We're setting up for our camel. We inhale, look up to the sky, draw shoulder blades down and back. And on an exhale, shift the hips forward, release the head back. We're not trying to do a whole lot today. We're just providing some relief. So breathe into the front side of the body. One more slow breath into your baby's home. And an even slower exhale, hugging baby in. We slowly rise back up and return the hands down to the mat, separating the knees nice and wide, big toes touch. We press the hips back to child's pose. Again, a block underneath the head might feel good, maybe a pillow, maybe the hips don't go all the way down. Listen to your body, prioritize its needs, and just be here. This is our second time in child's pose today, so notice the difference between this time around and the last. What's shifted in your body, your mind, your energy, your breath? Can you sense a change in your baby's energy? Just become more aware of all the sensations that are happening within, around, and breathe. Beautiful. On our next inhale, we slowly rise back up to tabletop and walk the knees in just a little bit. We're gonna tuck our toes, inhale. And on an exhale, we press the hips up towards the sky. We're coming into a down dog, so only one of the practice today. And if this doesn't feel good for you, there's an option to use a chair, or you can use the wall. This probably isn't the best angle, but your hands will be up against the wall, and you will walk the feet out until you're in a down dog against the wall. But if you're here on the mat, press the heels down, breathe, separate the feet so baby can fall in between the legs. We have one more breath. Then we bend our knees and slowly walk the hands in, again, using whatever prop you need, blocks, pillows, books, and we'll slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Your head is the last thing to come up. And we pause here at the top. Close your eyes, root down through your feet, grow tall through your crown. And actually, let's bring one hand to our baby and one hand to our heart. Check back in. Are you centered? What's your breath doing? Can you slow it down? Inhaling into your baby's home. Exhale, draw baby in. Beautiful. So we're gonna do a little bit of squatting to get into the round ligaments even more. So if you don't have blocks, maybe there's a low stool that you can use. Maybe you use a chair and you don't go too far into it. But you're gonna stand in front of your prop, your item. I'll turn this way actually so you can see me. And what you do is you inhale the arms around and up, your feet are spread nice and wide. And on an exhale, you're gonna squat down onto those blocks, onto that stool, onto the chair. Beautiful. And maybe the elbows are pressing against the knees, lengthening your spine. We're here for a breath. Inhale into baby's home. Exhale, hug baby in. Release the hands down to the mat and slowly roll up. Again, one vertebrae at a time. The head is the last thing. I invite you to close your eyes here at the top, bringing one hand to baby, one hand to heart. Coming back to the breath. Noticing what the body wants as a result of doing that squat. Mine is saying, please do some hip circles. So we will. Our hands come to our hips. We do really over-exaggerated big hip circles, sitting them around as you breathe. Really paying attention to sending them forward, feeling into that round ligament area, creating some relief. And you can change the direction of this circle. Keep breathing. Keep checking in with yourself. Beautiful. We find stillness here again. This time our arms are by our side. Our feet are firmly planted into the earth. We're growing nice and tall through our crown. Breathe into your baby's home. Exhale, hug baby in. One more time. Inhale into baby's home. And exhale, hug baby in. We're gonna make our way back down to the mat to remove any props that you might have. You'll inhale the arms around and up. Exhale the hands through prayer. Shift your hips back and slowly fold forward. Maybe your hands find books, blocks, or the ground. Your feet are separated so baby can fall in between the legs. We're gonna inhale, halfway lift. And on the exhale, we fold back down again. Now we're going to slowly bring the knees down to the mat. Beautiful. And we press back to another child's pose. Thank you. The hips press towards the heels, the arms reach long, third eye towards the mat. This time we stood up first. What has shifted for you? How are you feeling in your body? What space has been created? Are you still tuned into the breath? Let's do 2 more breaths here, nice and slow, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then we'll slowly make our way back up to tabletop. Taking your time, of course, removing any props out of the way. Coming to sit down on your bottom now. And bringing the soles of the feet together. We're in bound ankle or butterfly. And the hands are on the ankles. And you pick the intensity here. So if you want your feet further away, it's not as intense in the inner thigh. If you're looking for a deeper stretch, you might bring them in. And you inhale, sit up nice and tall. And on your exhale, you fold through the middle just a little bit. Inhale, lift back up. So we're doing a sequence. And on the exhale, we fold. Inhale to lift. Exhale to fold. One more time, we inhale to lift. And we exhale to fold. This time we hold the fold. 3 slow breaths into your baby's home. And hug the baby in towards the spine on the exhale. Maybe using the elbows to release the knees down towards the mat or the ground. Keep breathing, keep your mind clear. After your third exhale, you'll slowly roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. The head is the last thing. Plant your hands back behind you. Point the knees to the sky, plant the feet. And we're gonna drop our knees from side to side, windshield wiping them. And then we're gonna prepare for our resting position. So in pregnancy, obviously you aren't laying on your back towards the end. So we're gonna do a side lying position. I invited you to get pillows. So I'm gonna take my pillow, put it between the legs. Maybe there's another one underneath the head. And you just find what's comfortable here. Maybe it's not in between the legs, maybe it's on the ground and one leg is propped up on it. Play around until you find comfort. And then rest one hand on your baby. There's nothing left to do at this point. You've done all the work. Now we get to reap all of the reward. Just lie here basking in this beautiful energy that you've created for yourself. Witnessing any shift that has occurred. And just lying here in gratitude to have a body, to be able to practice prenatal yoga because you're a birthing person, to have taken time for yourself. There's so much to be grateful for. Breathe here in that awareness. And if you like, you can pause the video here for a longer Shavasana or resting time. And you're going to continue to lay here as I just repeat the affirmation for you. I invite you to carry it with you throughout the rest of your week, throughout the rest of your pregnancy. And it is, I am prioritizing my body and giving it exactly what it needs. We're going to receive 3 final breaths together, followed by chanting Om so we can get used to the sound of our voice, and then we'll be done. So let's receive our first inhale together into our baby's home. And with the bowl, we exhale. We receive another inhale into our baby's home. And again, with the bowl, we exhale. We're going to receive our third inhale. This time we hold it at the top just for a moment, finding something to be grateful for. Feel it, and then we'll exhale. Last inhale as we chant. Our hands will come to prayer at heart center, or if you're lying down, just stay where you are. And we take a moment to acknowledge any shift that has occurred in mind, body, and spirit and express so much gratitude for it. We bow to the light and the little lights within you, and we say namaste. Thank you.